they can get us. They checking and drip when I flip up the building.
I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready to take on the world, I'm ready. You can't stop me now.
Hey guys, this is the long-awaited rant of me and my sister again, and it's called the Disney Channel rant. So we're also going to include family because...
That's the Disney Channel in Canada.
Yep. So this has been on a 2-year hiatus, and we were originally going to do this the year after the YTV rant, but we had problems, technical difficulties, we were too lazy to do it, and we were busy. And we were supposed to do it last year, but my sister's laptop broke. So that's what took us so long and why we didn't do this earlier. Now, like the last rant me and my sister did, we're going to talk about the logos and the broadcast because there were no host. The shows from the 80s to 2016 or last year, plus the movies, like all the Disney Channel movies. Well, some of them, I guess. So since we're also talking about the shows, we're going to talk about the Disney and Family Channel ones and how Disney Channel has evolved over the years. And for last, we're going to talk about the rating and final thoughts. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the logos. Now, in our original video that we did, Disney Channel didn't change its logo until 2014. So we thought that they were just going to keep it until years later or in the future. But they changed it completely, and it does not look anything.
Like, it doesn't look anything related to Disney. Well, it does, but we'll talk about that later on.
Just like the new YTV logo. Yeah, and YTV changed its logo again.
They took out Mickey Mouse. Well, not really the Mickey Mouse ears, it's just that they put the Mickey Mouse into the eye. Like, they made it the dot. And it doesn't really look like Mickey Mouse. It's just like a squiggle with ears.
Yeah, but we'll get to that later on. Okay, so this is the very first Disney Channel logo, because Disney Channel came in 1983, and yeah, they had two different logos. One, it was like green, and one was like black. So
there wasn't much difference. It was just the logo underneath. Like, they changed the font, and they made the word Disney into what you see in movies.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of movies.
And there was another one, but it was only in the UK, and it looked like this.
That
in the
one?
States,
The
yeah.
splattered?
Yeah. So in America, we had the Mickey Mouse one, and yeah, they changed it again, and it had like a purple TV screen with Mickey ears.
But they took out Mickey this time.
Yeah.
And just replaced the background. Oh no, the background with Mickey was also a squiggly, so it's not much of a difference.
So in the early 2000s, like YTV, they changed its logo, and we got this one that we all know, the traditional Mickey Mouse ears. And this ran from 2002 all the way from 2014.
And this is when Disney Channel stars started doing that drawing, like with the wand on the TV with the Mickey Mouse ears. I think these are the years when that whole thing started. And every early 2000s / I think 90s kid
would do. Yeah, so this is when Disney Channel was still good. People said that it died, like it wasn't good after when the next generation Disney Channel stars. Not the ones we have now. No. Like, I'm talking about Miley Cyrus, Selena, and Demi.
They said that part died?
Yeah, I don't know.
Really? Are you serious?
Like, oh my gosh.
That's the era of the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Other than Lizzie McGuire and even Stevens and things like that.
And that's really...
That's just like the newer ones. Yeah. Like, in addition to those shows that were already on.
Yeah, for the original stars, they would do Mickey Mouse ears.
The big Mickey Mouse ears.
And it looked fun.
Like, every kid wanted to do that when they were younger. Every time they would see a Disney star do that. Every early 2000s / 90s kid wanted to do that.
Like that
one
Mickey
day.
Mouse ears.
That's what made a majority of kids want to become a Disney Channel star.
Yeah. But with the new one, it's like, ooh, scribble! Ooh!
It's literally just a scribble. Like, it doesn't look fun. Like, who wants to do a scribble on the TV?
Exactly.
Like, when you see the old Disney Channel stars doing those mouse ears on the TV, like the big one, everyone wanted to do that too. But now, the new generations, it's literally just a scribble.
Frick!
Like,
You're not good at it.
like, what is that? It's just, it looks, I have nothing to say to it.
And then in 2010, they updated their logo, and we got this. Like, it's not that bad. It's still the same, but they just added like a square thing.
Yeah.
And then 4 years later, in fall or in summer, Disney Channel changed its logo, and we got this, the one that's on right now.
And this is the scribble I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like, it's not that bad, it's just,
it's terrible.
like, can't it just be a second Disney logo instead of the only one? Like, just leave those Mickey Mouse ears as the main logo and this one as the second one.
Yeah, like,
Because,
oh my
like
gosh.
when you look at this, yeah, you think of Disney Channel, but, like, it's so basic. Like, you wouldn't even...
think of
Disney Channel is just so bland nowadays.
yeah,
It's not as fun as it used to be.
yeah.
And entertaining.
So since we're also talking about family, we're also gonna talk about the logos. So this is the original Family Channel logo, and it looks boring.
Like, this is the original one, but, like, I don't know. It looks...
Kind of boring.
I don't know what to talk about it or to describe it.
Yeah.
It's just basic.
And then in the early 2000s and I think the 90s, Family Channel changed its logo, and we got this, the one that everyone knows.
Well, everyone in Canada, at least.
Yeah, because I don't know if family shows in America, well, New York,
Probably.
because for some reason, they show YTV in New York,
Yeah.
which is pretty weird.
I'm following this girl on Instagram, and she lives in New York, and she was watching YTV. I'm like, oh, they show YTV in America too.
Like, that's pretty weird. I know New York is near, like, Toronto or Canada, but
So,
yeah.
like, I didn't expect Canadian shows or Canadian programs to be shown on in New York.
Yeah. Alright, so like YTV, the logo would change colors like not every day, but just like in some shows.
Depending on the weekdays and depending on the holidays,
Yeah.
it would determine what color it is.
And then in 2010 or around the 2010 era, Family updated their logo, and we got this. So it's not really that bad. It's just that
3D
Yeah.
or CG.
Alright, so that's it for the logos. So Disney Channel, their logos went from good to really bad. And Families, it's okay, I guess, but yeah, it still sucks. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the broadcast. Now, back in the 90s, there was a program that aired during weekdays, and it was called the Disney Afternoon. And they showed a lot of Disney cartoon shows and stuff, like Gummy Bears, DuckTales, Goof Troop, Timon and Pumbaa, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, Aladdin, and Gargoyles. And they had some shows that sucked and were weird, like Schnookums and Meat, which was a Ren and Stimpy ripoff.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, like, it was still 90s and Disney, and it was still interesting.
But I would rather watch Ren and Stimpy than this. I don't know.
Maybe because you're more used to Ren and Stimpy.
Bonkers, kind of Quack Pack, and Mighty Duck was So this ran from 1990 all the way from 97, and it had shows that were awesome and some that were shit. So when Disney Afternoon ended, we got Toon Disney in the late 90s. So it ran from 1998 through 2009, and they aired cartoons, anime, sitcoms, I think, and action shows and other stuff. And around the early 2000s, we got Jetix, and this ran from 2004 through 2009, and this ran on the weekends from 7 to 12, and they aired or showed cartoons, anime. So for Jetix, for the Canadian version of Jetix, yes, we did have Jetix in Canada. They aired Power Ranger seasons from SBD through Jungle Fury because they didn't show RPM for some reason. Get Ed, Witch, Yin Yang Yo, Puka, Super Robot Monkey Team, Hyperforce Go, and other shows. And for some reason in America, they showed Battle Beat 'em On, Dragon Booster, Beyblade V-Force, and Beyblade G Revolution, Jackie Chan Adventures, Captain Flamingo, and Metabots. So Jetix and Toon Disney were pretty good blocks, aside from the Disney Channel shows. But in 2010 or 2011, Jetix and Toon Disney were off the air. And instead of Toon Disney, we got Disney XD. What the heck is this crap?
I mean, it's not bad, but I don't see the reason why they needed to take these out, like the broadcast.
Like, they were fine!
I mean, they were enjoyable and everything, so why did they have to replace it with this? Like, apparently it's only for boys.
Like, oh my gosh, Disney XD is not just for the boys. It's like for everyone.
Like, why do they think that Disney is for girls only? Like, it makes no sense. Like, there's guy shows too, and there's shows that have male leads, so I don't get why they think that Disney is only for girls, or mostly girls watch it.
Like, why did they have to take those out?
Like, they already had Jetix, so I don't know why they had to replace it with this.
And that was fine. Like, oh my goodness.
Because Disney XD is just, I don't know, it's just mostly live action shows.
And
there's
some cartoons.
There's only a few cartoons.
Yeah.
And they put, like, stupid shows.
Like Crash and Bernstein, which thank God it's done. But we'll get to that when we talk about the shows. So the only shows that they had from Toon Disney and Jetix that aired on Disney XD were Yin Yang Yo, Puka, American Dragon Jake Long, The Emperor's New School, The Replacements, Gargoyles, Phineas and Ferb, and for some reason they also showed the 90s Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Iron Man. The Legend of Tarzan, which for some reason it didn't have the voices from the movie.
Maybe they were hard to get.
Yeah.
Probably.
And they also showed It's Real Life of Zack and Cody, It's Real Life on Deck, Even Stevens, and that's it! Yeah, those were the only shows they showed. And guess what? They were taken off the air, and what we have now in Disney XD, which I don't know if they're still showing, are fish hooks, which, okay, it's not bad. People said that it was not good. It's not bad,
yeah.
honestly.
I liked it. It's basically like the acting and stuff in the episodes. It's like how the new shows in Cartoon Network are.
Yeah.
Like the jokes and stuff. And Fish Hooks and Kick Buttowski.
Which is okay. Like,
yeah, they're okay. They're not bad shows. I don't know why people don't like those shows. They're
honestly not bad.
I only like Kick Buttowski because my little brother got me into it. I don't know.
Yeah, and in Fish Hooks and Kick Buttowski, there are some Disney Channel stars that were
Old
in there.
Disney Channel
Yeah, like
stars.
in Fish Hooks we got Kyle Massey, Chelsea Staub, and in Kick Buttowski we got
Harwin.
Yeah, Brian Stepanek and Emily Osment.
But I guess maybe because the show for Kick Buttowski was kind of boring.
I don't know. And Pair of Kings, which got canceled, like the other two shows we talked about. The first two seasons, they were good, but season 3 sucked. Because Adam Hicks had to ruin the series!
Yeah, when Adam Hicks came along, the series got ruined.
After Mitchell Musso left.
Yeah.
Or got kicked out because...
And that made me mad. Like, I got mad at Mitchell Musso because if he hadn't done illegal drinking, or whatever he did...
I think it was also drugs as
mad.
well.
Oh yeah, he smokes weed.
Yeah.
That's probably why. They probably caught him smoking weed and they were like, hey, you can't be smoking weed, or smoking at least, and be acting in Disney at the same time, because little kids will be looking up to you because you're in Disney. If they see you smoking or find out you're smoking at least, then we won't be receiving good feedback from it.
Yeah. Okay, Adam Hicks, I liked him in some stuff like Zeke and Luther and How to Eat Fried Worms, but
That's just about it.
Yeah, his acting in here and Lemonade Mouth is terrible.
I like when you smile.
Like, put some emotion into it. Like, actually show that you're interested in Bridget Mendler, not like, I like it when you smile.
Like, Oh my gosh.
I'm acting.
And then Zeke and Luther, which is okay.
But the acting is also kind of overreacting. They're trying to be funny, especially Adam Hicks in it.
Yeah.
Trying to be funny. But Hutch Dano, is that his name? I don't remember. I think he's from Hannah Montana or Wizards. I don't remember where he was from, but I've seen him somewhere. Oh no, he was in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Yeah.
I think.
No. Forgot it.
I forgot where he was from, but he was from an original Disney Channel show.
Yeah. And then the next show, I'm in the band, which it was alright, but yeah, some of the acting was. And then Aaron Stone, I don't know what to say. It sucks. And Toronto Rising, which Elijah Wood, like, why?
He was in it?
Yeah.
Was he voice acting?
Yeah. I think he was the voice of Tron or something.
Elijah Wood, really?
Like, how can you go from Lord of the Rings to this?
Hollywood, like to voice acting a show. Well, his co-star Sean Astin is voicing a Disney Junior show.
Yeah.
Special Agent also.
And those shows that we mentioned got taken off the air as well. So instead, we have now our Kicking It, which, oh my gosh, Jason Earls, I know he's producing the show, and I know he was in Hannah Montana, but, oh my gosh.
This show is terrible. Like, the acting and the jokes and the whole plot of it, it's so boring. Like, well, not boring, it's annoying because the acting is way over the top and they're trying to be funny. Almost every single Disney Channel show now, they're all trying to be funny and no one can act. None of the actors can act.
And they're trying to be like the original shows, at least some of them.
But that's not the case. They're all terrible.
Like, oh my gosh. And Lab Rats and Crash and Bernstein, no. Mighty Med,
What is Mighty Med?
it's with Gabe from Good Luck Charlie and that guy from
yeah.
Ant Farm, yeah. And then Randy Cunningham, or as I call it, Randy Cunningham. It's a rip-off or a wannabe version of American Dragon Jake Long.
But it's worse. Well, American Dragon Jake Long was bad.
It was good.
It was really good. But just, like, now, like, what is this? Like, we already had this concept a long time ago. Stop trying to make a new one.
Yeah. And then Gravity Falls, which I heard it was really good, but I only watched a little bit of it. And it's not the best thing in the world, but it's just okay. It's just okay. My sister hasn't seen it, but I told her some stuff about it. Gravity Falls.
Oh.
And then Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, like, why would you make a cartoon series out of that? I mean, I know Pac-Man is a good video game series, but
just leave it at that. Don't make a show out of it. Like, you know, nowadays for the new generation, they're making YouTube comedy
like Annoying
series
Orange
on TV. Like, just leave it on YouTube. It was made for YouTube. Leave it on YouTube. You don't have to put it on TV. We could go on YouTube just to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, they even made Fred a series. Like,
but they canceled it.
It was better off on YouTube. Leave it on YouTube. If people think it's funny on YouTube or like they found it on YouTube, then just leave it there. Don't put it on TV.
Exactly.
Where everyone begins to hate it afterwards.
And then Ultimate Spider-Man, Drake Bell. I loved him in Drake and Josh in Amanda's show, but I'm sorry, he's not really a good Spider-Man. And Spectacular Spider-Man was way better than this.
I didn't even know he was Spider-Man. Like, at least you can't really tell that it's Drake voicing as him, but like in TMNT,
the new one at least,
all you can hear is Josh voicing
Casey Jones.
You wouldn't even know it's Casey Jones. Like, you can't even focus on the character because all you can hear is Josh, and all you can see or even imagine is Josh behind the microphone voicing this character. You can't even tell that it's Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Like, you can't focus on the character because all you can hear is Josh from Drake and Josh.
And then they also made 2 more Marvel shows called Hulk and the Agents of Smash and Avengers Assemble. Like Ultimate Spider-Man, it's alright, I guess. And then Star Wars Rebels, which I never seen it. Well, I did, but it's just only a little bit. And then Penance Zero. Like, what the frick is this? Like, oh my goodness. Like, no comment on Penance Zero. And then the last show, Wander Over Yonder, Craig McCracken, who did Powerpuff Girls, I don't know. Why is he on Disney now? Like, I don't even understand that.
He was better
Doing-
in Cartoon Network. He was known as a good director in Cartoon Network, or show producer.
Yeah. And for the Canadian version of Disney XD, yes, we did have Disney XD in Canada. We had it in the 2010s, like in 2010 or 2011. And they had Life with Derek, which also showed in America. Winging It.
Is terrible. Seriously,
Yeah.
the actors, they can't act. I don't know. Canadian actors are really bad actors. Well, not Canadian actors who are in Hollywood. It's just Canadian actors that are in Canada.
Yeah.
They can't act at all. Their acting is so bland. Like, they're saying their lines from the script. You're supposed to read it naturally. Not like you're reading it from a script or like you're reading out loud to a class. Literally, when they act or say their lines, it sounds like someone from your class reading from a book or reciting something from a book.
Like, come on.
Like, learn how to act, please. Like, you're making us look bad. I don't like Canadian actors in Canada.
I mean,
They suck at
voice acting, it's alright, but here...
Which is weird, because a lot of Canadians here, they always voice act for anime.
yeah, like
In
Beyblade, Bakugan, Metabots.
Inuyasha.
Yeah. And other shows. And then Connor Undercover, it's kind of like Aaron Stone, but it's different. And then What's Up Warthogs? When I first watched this, it's the same thing with Winging It. It's terrible. Like, oh my goodness.
This show was so annoying. Like, it had a unnecessary laugh track. Like, everything they did. Like, even just, let's say one of the characters or one of the actors were just walking. There was a laugh track. What's so funny about walking?
Like, there's nothing funny about that.
And the acting, again, is terrible and over the top, and they're trying to be funny.
Like, it's even worse than
Especially
Winging
this
It.
fat, no offense, fat blonde guy. He tries to be funny,
Yeah.
and it's not funny. But thank God this show ended, because I forgot completely about this until...
I think everyone in Canada forgot about this show.
Because it wasn't entertaining at all. I think every time someone saw that this show was on, no one even bothered to click the channel.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
even look at it. Or even when it came on, they changed the channel because they knew that this was
Yeah.
terrible.
And the last show that we're going to talk about, well, one of them, we have one more to talk about, is Slugterra. Slugterra was basically a Digimon ripoff, kind of, and kind of Pokemon, and Stormhawks. Well, it has the same animation of Stormhawk. And the voice of Eli Shane, he's the voice of Mar Mystery and
You guys know
Arrow.
about that.
Yeah, like, I don't know what to say. It's just no comment. No comment at all. And then, for some reason, in America, around 2009 or 2010, Disney XD started to air Naruto Shippuden. Yeah.
For some reason. Why would you show Naruto Shippuden on Disney XD? I get that it was on
Toonami and Cartoon Network and Bionics. But why?
the main point that it's on Disney. Like, what does this have to do with Disney?
And it even says at the back of the manga, like in some Naruto volumes.
Like, I don't know if it's also there in America, where it says Disney XD on the back of the Naruto manga. I'm just looking at my brother's manga right now. I don't read manga. But why would you put that there?
Like, it has violence. That's why parents were complaining. And they ended during the Hidan and Kakuzu arc. Like, they stopped airing it.
Which is stupid.
And they didn't cancel Kicking It right away because, oh!
Like, don't let your kids watch it if you don't want them to watch it.
Like, oh
Discipline
my
your
goodness.
kids.
Ugh.
Don't just be like, oh, you're grounded.
Like, oh my gosh.
No offense, white people.
Yeah, no offense. And then there was a Canadian version of Disney XD / Toon Disney, and it was called Family Charge.
I thought it was Disney XD at first, like a replacement of Disney XD.
But it's
But
not.
then I saw Family, and just like, are you serious? We already have Disney XD. Well, to be honest, Family Charged is better than
Kind
Disney
of
XD.
better.
No, not even kind of. It's a lot better, in my opinion, because
They show some old shows.
they show old stuff, more stuff that we like, and they don't really show the new shows that are so annoying. So that's why I like it better.
Yeah, like Family, it's a Canadian version of Disney XD. So it's not bad. It came just last year, and it was during the hiatus of Disney XD and Disney Junior in Canada. Alright, so that's it for the broadcast. So now we're going to talk about the shows from the 80s all the way from 2016, or last year, 2015. So I didn't really watch Disney that much, or Family, because, well, I always...
You were a baby during the 80s/90s. Well, I wasn't born in the 80s, and I was only born through halfway through the 90s, so... But I still remember these shows, because I remember stuff since I was 1 year old.
Like I said, I barely watch Family and Disney Channel, because I only watch YTV. Here are some of the shows from the 80s and 90s.
Such as Mickey Mouse Club, Boy Meets World, which was originally an ABC family show, but apparently Disney bought it, so it became a Disney show. Some Disney afternoon shows, such as
like we said, DuckTales, Goof Troop, Tailspin, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Timon and Pumbaa,
etc. Pepper Ann,
Recess, Buzz Lightyear Star Command,
Smart Guy, PB&J Otter, which was my favorite when I was younger. I always copied that thinking segment where they're like dancing around, and then until someone has an idea, they're like, I got it! I always copied that. Disney's Doug,
which for some reason Disney bought Doug from Nickelodeon, and it was during the Doug movie. And then Sister Sister,
which had Tia and Tamara Mori, and it was a... I don't remember watching it. I remember watching it with my cousins when I was little, but I don't really remember any of their shows. Oh, but I remember that they made a special guest appearance on Smart Guy.
Yeah.
Because their little brother Taj Mori is in it.
So, in the early 2000s, like from 2000 all the way to 2009/10, some things change. New shows are beginning to air and stuff, and some Nickelodeon shows aired on Family, but it was only 4. So this also includes the shows from Family, Playhouse Disney, Toon Disney, Jetix, and ABC Kids. Like I said, we're going to talk about the shows that were on Family as well. They showed all of that, The Amanda Show, Bear in the Big Blue House, Digimon seasons from season 1 to
I don't know
Data
why.
Squad.
I don't know why it showed on Family. I don't know why any animes showed on Family.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that it aired on YTV and other programs, but I don't know why they aired it on Disney, like Toon Disney and Jetix. Brandy, Mr. Whiskers, The Buzz on Maggie.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And the best Disney Channel show, Cory in the House. That's a Raven.
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody / On Deck, which wasn't that good. It was
Sweet Life on Deck.
Sweet Life on Deck was it wasn't that good because it was like kind of the bridge or border of the new generation Disney Channel stars, because I don't know, the acting is still
good, but
it's still good. It's just that the new actors, I guess,
kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
Well, Doc
like
Shaw, it was good.
Woody, Doc Shaw was okay.
That's
but
why he was in
Woody
Pair of Kings.
And Debbie Ryan, especially Debbie Ryan, she was really annoying.
Like, oh my gosh. Hannah Montana,
Lizzie McGuire,
Even Stevens, just do it! Sunny with the Chance, Wizards of Waverly Place, and Toon Disney and Jetix shows, like we talked about earlier, like Power Rangers, Get Ed, Yin Yang Yo, Puka, and other shows. And also for Playhouse Disney, they had like Stanley, Henry's World.
Yeah, Henry's World.
Which, for some reason, it looked like a kid's version of Robot Chicken.
It was Canadian.
Yeah, but it was still good. Dave the Barbarian.
Kim Possible, Proud Family, Zoe 101, which was a Nickelodeon show, but it showed on Family, which I don't know why it did, but we consider it more of a, not really Disney, but like mostly family-owned show, since we mostly watched it on there. We don't really consider it as Nickelodeon, even though it's owned by Nickelodeon. We know that because of Dan Schneider.
Like, I don't know why they didn't air on YTV or Teletoon, because YTV had Drake and Josh, iCarly, and the others, and I think Keenan and Kel.
Also, Amanda Show and all that showed on Family.
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier. Flight 29 Down.
Oh, also Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide.
Yeah. They were going to make a sequel called Ned's Declassified High School Survival Guide.
But they didn't for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And did you know that Susie from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide is in The Walking Dead? At first I didn't recognize her because her lip enhancements and probably the ton of makeup on her. But yeah, like I was surprised she's in The Walking Dead. Like, she's in a Hollywood show. She moved on from Nickelodeon to Hollywood.
Yeah. They also showed on Family Naturally Sadie and Life of Derek on Disney Channel as well. And then House of Mouse, one of the best shows ever made.
Best cartoon show,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, because it had like all the characters from the Disney movie, like the very first Disney movie, which was Snow White, to like say Mulan or so, and they also showed Phineas and Ferb, which ended I think last year or 2014, I don't know, and then Fillmore,
Lilo and Stitch the series,
which was pretty good.
It was such a fun and entertaining series. Like, just the theme song would get you hyped up for the show.
Yeah,
Literally almost every old Disney Channel show theme song, like all the old ones, it would get you hyped up for the show, and it would make you want to watch the show over and over, and every time it ended you didn't want it to end because it was such an entertaining and good show.
Yeah.
Such as like more like The Weekenders.
Void in Space. Well, they have lyrics. It's just
It was just
an opening instrumental thing.
like a talking intro.
Yeah. Out of the Box were also on Playhouse Disney, and Phil of the Future, Jonas and Jonas LA, which it was okay. It's not perfect.
But
it's okay.
I think Jonas was better than Jonas LA because, I don't know, apparently Jonas LA got cancelled. Or it ended early because it wasn't getting that good of a feedback as Jonas, probably because of the setting of where Jonas LA was, and it had more of a movie quality filming than Jonas, like the Root show, I should say.
Yeah. And then during summer, they would have a kind of special in between the shows, and it was called Disney Channel Games, and it ran from 2006 all the way from 2008. And it was really cool.
Yeah.
And this year's the 10-year anniversary of Disney Channel Games.
Yeah, when it all first started. And then after Disney Channel Games, like for the new stuff, like in the new era, kind of in the middle, like in
2009?
between 2009 to 2010, and a little bit of 2011.
We got Friends for Change, which, okay, it's not bad, but I would just rather watch Disney Channel Games, because Disney Channel Games was fun, it was entertaining, etc.
And the reason why Friends for Change games only lasted for 1 year or ran on for 1 year is because it's with the new generations and it wasn't getting as much feedback as Disney Channel Games was because it wasn't fun and it was indoors. Literally indoors.
Like, oh my gosh.
And it's so boring. Like, it's not something you would want to watch, unlike Disney Channel Games. For the first, I think it was the first season of Disney Channel Games where the cartoon characters from shows hosted the games for a bit. Like Kim Possible and Draken.
I think it was also American Dragon,
Yeah.
Jake Long, and what else? I think also the Proud Family.
I think so. I don't really remember. Oh, Replacements also.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the Replacements and Friends for Change. It was okay. I like the song they made, but yeah, it's not as good as Disney Channel Games.
I only like the song that, okay, for some reason, Friends for Change started with the old Disney Channel stars like Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato,
Selena.
Jonas Brothers, yeah, and they made the song.
Yeah.
So that's what made us interested in Friends for Change, but then when we saw that the Friends for Change games were only with a few old Disney Channel stars like Mitchell Musso, Doc Shaw, Hutch Dano.
Dylan Nicole.
Oh, Dylan and Cole were in it?
Yeah, remember?
Really?
Yeah. Brenda Song.
Brenda was in it?
Yeah. And I think the cast from Sunny with a Chance and Wizards and Hannah Montana and stuff.
So it wasn't that watchable or entertaining because it was only with limited actors and actresses that we grew up with and that we knew.
Yeah.
So when we saw that it was with the new ones,
It was like,
we're
And then in the early 2000s, Disney Channel started to do crossovers besides their cartoons. Like we had That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana, which was really, really great.
It was the best crossover I've ever watched in my life. Like, every time that we saw teasers or trailers from it, everyone got so hyped about it. Like, oh my gosh, when is this coming out? I can't wait to watch it. But when Wizards on Deck with Hannah Montana,
It was okay, but
it wasn't that great. Not much people got hyped up for it, and it wasn't the best. That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana. It had Raven and
the Sprouse Brothers,
Miley and
others.
But for the Hannah Montana episode of it, it only had Maddie for a little bit in the beginning.
In the Hannah Montana one.
Yeah.
Which,
So,
well, it had Mr. Mosby, I think.
I think so.
But, yeah, the Hannah Montana one wasn't
Yeah.
really that.
But then
Cool.
after
The
after
Wizards on
they
Deck one
stayed at
was-
the Tipton, they just went home right away.
Yeah. The Wizards on Deck one, the Hannah Montana episode, was even better because we get to see more of the Sprouse Brothers.
And Miley on the ship with the other characters.
Well,
from the
minus
other-
the Wizards cast because they
because
left.
also Miley and Selena still had beef going on. Even up to now, they still have beef.
Damn.
Like, it's been years. Get over it.
Oh my gosh.
It started with that whole YouTube video
With
because
Selena
it
and
was,
Demi.
It was Miley's fault because Demi and Selena weren't doing anything. Miley just had to touch it. Also with her friend Mandy.
And they were making fun of them.
Like a video that they made. So
Yeah.
that's where the whole Miley and Mandy and Demi and Selena beef started. Like, no one really cares about Mandy. It's mostly just the Disney stars having the drama. And then, if you remember the Miley and Mandy show on YouTube with Miley and her backup dancer / best friend, and the Demi and Selena show, is that what it's called?
I think.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was, but it was on YouTube.
Yeah, but that also counts with the old Disney Channel and stuff. Oh, also Dylan and Cole had a channel. Mostly Dylan ran the channel. Then one day or one year, he got hacked. Like, his channel got hacked by someone.
Yeah,
So he
I
made
remember
a new,
that.
So he made a new account, but then he didn't really post on it, so he like deleted it and never went on it again. Also, there was a scandal about Cole Sprouse on MySpace, because he was still young and still in Disney, and everyone freaked out about it, that he said a swear word, and it was bullshit. I don't know, everyone made a whole deal about it. Like, even myself, I made a big deal about it, because he was in Disney, and I was still innocent, like, really innocent, so I was like, Cody said bullshit, that's bad. And then everyone thought that he was gonna get kicked out of Disney for it. Also, another Disney Channel star, Vanessa Hudgens, during High School Musical 1.
And after she appeared in Drake and Josh, which none of you guys didn't know, she was on Drake and Josh.
Like, not a lot of you.
But it was during the 3rd season of Drake and Josh.
She apparently sent, no one really knows who she sent news to. It was either Drake or Zach
Yeah.
that she sent news to. And it leaked all over the media, all over the internet, and she got in big trouble for it. Like, everyone started to hate her for it because in High School Musical she came off as this innocent, sweet girl.
Yeah.
But then when everyone saw her nudes, especially parents, when parents knew about it, because a lot of younger girls looked up to her, when they found out about it, it was just right after High School Musical. Like, everyone started hating her for it, and then,
Yeah.
yeah. So when High School Musical 2 came out, Kenny Ortega did something. I don't really remember, but it was something to support Vanessa and to console her about it.
Yeah.
Because she got so much crap for doing that. There's a lot of scandals about the old Disney Channel stars.
Yeah.
Like, not really the first generation, like with Raven and Hillary
Shia.
and Shia. Yeah. Or Phil.
Well,
None of them really had scandals, or even the Sweet Life cast. It was mostly the newer ones, like Miley and Vanessa and
Selena, I guess. Well, I don't know.
I don't remember, but I think also Demi did as well. Oh yeah, well, we'll get to that later.
Yeah. And yeah, other shows that were on Disney Channel. And Disney Channel from the 80s all the way from the early 2000s, the shows were really good. They were great.
They were entertaining.
And they're enjoyable to
They were
watch.
fun to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. But with the new generation shows, we got actors and actresses who can't act over the top,
And they're trying to be funny.
and the shows suck.
Everything that's worse about acting or any show at all Anything that has to do with the film industry, anything bad is everything that the new Disney Channel is.
Alright, so you already know what my thoughts are on the new YTV, and I was raging.
And the equivalent to that is my thoughts on Disney Channel, the new Disney Channel.
Okay, so first up on our list is Shake It Up, or as I like to call it, Frick It Up. Okay, so I don't know if this is the first new generation Disney Channel show that aired on Disney Channel, but
the reason why we call it Frick It Up is because it was one of the first new Disney Channel shows that we saw on Disney Channel. And we call it Frick It Up because we think that it's the whole thing that started everything that's bad about the new Disney Channel. Everything that's horrible that we hate about the new Disney Channel. Because these two annoying actresses...
like Zendaya and Bella Thorne, oh my gosh. You're not good! I'm sorry, but...
they can't act.
I mean...
The first time I've seen Bella Thorne is as a guest actress in Wizards where Jake T. Austin liked her. But that does not make her an original Disney Channel star because she's just a side actress in Wizards. Like a guest appearance. She doesn't appear in the whole entire show. But during Shake It Up...
yeah, during Shake It Up, she appeared in the Danimals commercial with the Sprouse Brothers.
which they were known for.
Yeah, because if you guys remember, during commercials, they would show Danimals with the Sprouse Brothers, like, every year until they get older, when they were still on Sweet Life with Zack and Cody and Sweet Life on Deck. Also, they appeared in the Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver commercial, which was pretty funny.
Yeah. When they started doing the Danimals commercials, because since we grew up with them having really high-pitched voices and being really short, I would always, this has nothing really to do with anything, but I would always be like, when are they gonna hit puberty? For me, it took years for them to hit puberty until one time I saw this Danimals commercial, because I haven't seen them in a long time, that I saw this Danimals commercial. It was a new one with Dylan and Cole, and I heard their deep voices, and I'm like,
Finally!
they hit puberty! It's about time.
On the other hand, Shake It Up, okay, it has Rashawn Fagan, but it does not make it a good show at all. This got canceled right away. I think it only had 2 to 3 seasons, like Pair of Kings.
Shake It Up?
Yeah, I don't know, but I know it got canceled right away. And then Austin and Ally. Like, oh my gosh. What is this?
Terrible. The actors are terrible. Everything about this show is terrible. Like we said before, over-the-top acting.
Try to be funny.
Yeah, unnecessary laugh track. It's terrible.
It's like someone put their hand and frickin' was holding the laugh track.
By accident, and then they're just like, oh well, let's just leave it there. Like, they're just too lazy to edit it out.
Yeah, like, it's so unnecessary. Like, if there's a scene like, oh, I need to go to the washroom. Ha 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 ha. It's not funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like now there's this joke, like people are making a meme joke where it says Disney Channel laugh track. Like, I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say, but that just shows that the new Disney Channel shows have unnecessary laugh track. And almost every show now has a laugh track. Like, do you not remember even Stevens or Lizzie McGuire? It did not have a laugh track, but you still knew when to laugh.
Yeah. The only show that had a laugh track besides Even Stevens and Lizzie McGuire was That's So Raven. And it made sense to have a laugh track.
Because they were not really trying, but it was kind of like a Bill Cosby / smart guy, sister
Slash
show.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which, yeah, it shows on Family now. Also with Malcolm in the Middle. Like, why?
Also, another thing about the unnecessary laugh track is that you could tell that it's just a button to put the laugh track, because back then it was actually performed in front of a studio audience,
like Keenan and Kel and the others,
and they would just leave the laughing from the audience. Not always a button. There would be a button, but only sometimes. It was mostly from the studio audience. Nowadays it's always and only a button, because even the directors know that it's not funny and people would not laugh at these times. Because it's not funny. None of it is funny.
The only people who would laugh are kids and dumbasses.
Or probably not even kids would laugh at this. One time I was watching with, it was a little kid, I don't remember. But they were watching it and they weren't even laughing. They weren't even smiling. They were just looking at the
It's like,
TV. But one time I remember in the early 2000s, I was with my mom and we went to her friend's house and she has these kids who are probably younger than me. They were watching That's So Raven. Every time Raven did something like funny, and you would know it was funny because it was actually funny, they would laugh so hard at it because they knew it was funny. Nowadays when kids, I don't know who watches this, but when kids watch it, they don't even smile or laugh.
And this show's still going on! Like, stop! Can you please cancel it? Oh my gosh. This show has been going on since 2010 or 2011. Like,
it's still
stop!
going on? Are you serious? Why is it still going on? It's terrible. Why are they letting this go on? Maybe, I think the reason why they're still letting it go on is because they have nothing else to show or produce. They have no more ideas, like literally.
Yeah.
Like, look at Dog with a Blog and Crash and Bernstein.
Yeah, but we'll get to that soon. And that Ross Lynch guy, his band sucks. Like, oh my
And his
gosh.
singing sucks. His band is his family. Like, hello, we already had that concept of having your family as your band.
Yeah, and Ant Farm, don't get me started with Ant Farm. It was just basically a That's So Raven ripoff.
Yeah, even though the guy best friend is white, it's still a That's a Raven ripoff because the boy is best friends with the black girl.
That China and
then they
McLean
end
girl.
up together. So it's basically trying to be like That's a Raven.
Oh my gosh.
All these shows are terrible, and they're little kids. Seriously, all these new generation stars are little kids, and they're kissing and talking about boys. And
Oh my
are you
gosh.
serious?
Like, remember when Disney Channel actually had like morals and other stuff?
Like, I know in Zack and Cody, when they were still little, they were kissing girls, but it was only for a
Wait.
short while, and it wasn't all episodes, and it wasn't always all about dating and girls and boys. Like, it had shows about morals, like that one episode of That's So Raven where they talk about racism, because they were showing the real life stuff, like things that happen in real life and what you should do about it. But
Yeah.
nowadays, shows in the new Disney Channel, they don't show you morals. They show you how to be an annoying teenager.
Like, oh my gosh.
Seriously. That's why, I don't know if you've watched the recent Kids' Choice Awards, but that black girl from, what's that show?
Jessie, I think?
She has pounds of makeup on, and her cleavage is showing, and she's only how old? Like 12 years old?
12 to 13 or something?
You would think that she's a 30-year-old black woman.
Yeah, so this show, like freaking Shake It Up, it got canceled right away. Because some of the actors were moving on to other shows, like that guy who's on Mighty Med now. Now, there's only one good show that was out at the time. One new Disney Channel show that was good and okay. And it was Good Luck Charlie.
Yeah, and the only reason why it was good was because the acting wasn't so over the top. Well, it was over the top, especially from the mom, mostly from the mom.
Yeah.
But it had natural acting.
And it had
also some morals, only some morals. It
Yeah.
still had the annoying teenager stuff.
But yeah, still have morals. And it has two of the last original Disney Channel stars, which were Jason Dolly and Bridget Miller. And Luke Benward appeared in the newer seasons, but he was only in some episodes. Yeah, if you guys don't know who Luke Benward is, he played Charlie in Minutemen. And he was also in How to Eat Fried Worms. So, Good Luck Charlie, it was alright, and it was okay. Better than the other shows. Now, the next show, it had a actress that was on Sweet Life on Deck.
Which was a childhood show. But her show by herself as the main character, it's terrible. I watched a few episodes because of her, but after a while, I realized how annoying she was and how annoying the show was. It's ridiculous.
And that show is called Jessie. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know what to say about Jessie. It's just
the same thing we're saying about all the new Disney shows. Again, with terrible acting / over the top, trying to be funny, unnecessary laugh track, and I think all the shows now are the same. Just trying to be an annoying teenager.
yeah.
At first,
oh my gosh.
At first, like, I watched Jessie probably 2 to 4 episodes, or probably 3 episodes.
Because I had Debbie
only.
Ryan, and she
Because
was on
of
Sweet
Debbie
Life
Ryan.
on Deck.
Because, yeah, exactly. That's the reason why I watched it, because of Sweet Life on Deck that she was in an original.
Not really original.
But like with old Disney Channel stars on a show.
Yeah.
But when I continued to watch it with just her, I realized her acting style is exactly the same as the new Disney Channel stars, like over the top, trying to be funny, and they can't act at all. Like you could tell right away that they're just reading from the script and they're just over exaggerating it.
Yeah. And it has 2 actors from Diary of a Wimpy Kid and one from Grown Ups.
We don't really know their names. We only know one, that Peyton List. The only reason why we know her name is because
of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and she was also that little girl that was in the first scene with Spider-Man 2, the original, with Tobey Maguire.
with her brother
Yeah.
skipping rope in the street.
Or playing ball. And living man! What can I say? What can I say? Like, it's just basically a Sweet Life of Zack and Cody ripoff and Sweet Life on Deck, but girl version.
And Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Kind of, because one of the girls, apparently, as I've seen from teasers, that she is living a double life or something, and she's famous, and she's trying to be normal, like maintain her normal life because of her sister or something like that. Like, we've seen this whole shtick already.
Yeah.
With Hannah Montana and Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
But it's mostly Sweet Life of Zack and Cody because of the whole twin thing. Because one is dumb and one is smart. But it's not played by twins this time.
Not really dumb. Like, one is cool and one is more of the school type.
But it's not played by twins this time. It's the same actress.
Like, Disney always uses twins, like Mary-Kate and Ashley, Tia and Tamara Mori, and Dylan and Cole. This is the only time that they use one person. I'm not talking about in movies like Lindsay Lohan, but like,
Yeah.
this is the only time that they use one actor, and she's really annoying. Like,
Oh my gosh. Frick. Oh my gosh. Now, the next show, which came out last year, I think, and it's called Casey Undercover. And like Ant Farm, it's basically,
trying to be the new That's a Raven. And you know how we
and
could
like
tell?
those spy movies.
You know how we could tell? That black girl is trying to be like the new Raven. You know,
Zendaya,
you
or
know,
Zendaya, whatever. her
You know what is proof of that? I don't know if you'll agree with me on this, but I don't care. But she invited Raven from That's So Raven to be on the show with her. And the only reason why, I think, is so that it will get more views because she's an old Disney Channel star and more teenagers will watch her show. But I didn't even bother to watch it because I don't even want to give it views.
I mean, I gotta say this, but I only watched it just because of Raven, but that's it.
Only episode that he watched.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh. And then, since I already talked about the Disney XD sitcom shows, like Kickin' It and Lab Rats, Mighty Med, and I think Kirby Buckets was also, and Crash and Bernstein, yeah, they suck. They're not good.
Especially
Oh my gosh.
Crash and Bernstein. Like,
And
a
Lab
puppet
Rats.
as your brother? Really?
Like a Muppet! Really?
Disney? Like, do you have no more ideas? Are you serious? It's like the equivalent to that show on YTV with that cartoon character.
Yeah,
I
Stanley
don't know.
Dynamic.
That's like the equivalent, but it's much worse because this show is so annoying.
Oh my gosh. And Lab Rats, it has, Everybody Hates Chris. Tyler something. Yeah, his little brother is not good in this. And the dad from Lab Rats, he was the guy who was in the elevator in Spider-Man 2.
Not the Amazing Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man.
With Tobey Maguire. Since we were talking about Naruto earlier, yeah, Naruto's in this. Well, the dub voice.
Naruto.
Yeah.
I didn't even know until my brother told me. Like, he came to me, he's like, "Oh, Ate, Naruto is in this." I'm like, "What do you mean Naruto is in this?" Then I saw in the teaser, like, the fat white lady was just like, "Prepare to be amazed, amoeba brains." I'm like, "That's Naruto?
Yeah.
Are you serious?"
Like, I didn't know at first until I kept playing that teaser, and whenever it kept showing, yeah, all I heard was Naruto. Like the dub voice.
In the English dub.
Yeah. Now the next show, it was a spin-off series to Sunny with the Chance, and it was based on their comedy sketch show, and it was called So Random. Now, So Random,
It wasn't that bad.
it was okay, but
It had special guests such as Dylan and Cole.
Selena and others. But yeah, it wasn't good because Demi was not in that show, because during the second season of Sunny with a Chance and Camp Rock 2, Demi left Disney because of rehab. So that's why they didn't make a third or fourth season of Sunny with a Chance and Camp Rock 3, because she went to rehab.
And that's why they canceled Sunny with a Chance.
And So Random,
It wasn't as good.
Yeah.
It was because it had new characters. And also, for some reason, Chad Dylan Cooper was in it. Like, I'm pretty
Sterling
sure.
Knight,
I'm
like,
pretty
why?
sure he wasn't a part of So Random. He was a part of that Mackenzie
Falls
show.
We give that a 5 out of 10. Not the best, but it was okay. Now, Bunked? Like, what is this? It has characters from, like, Jessie. Like, why is this show even made? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're just using the same Disney stars over and over. Because nowadays, no one wants to join Disney Channel anymore because of the new Disney Channel shows and the new Disney Channel stars. They don't want to be a part of that environment. They don't want to be made fun of for the rest of their life because they were in the most terrible company now and the most terrible show ever that gets low ratings.
Besides YTV and Cartoon Network. Well, Cartoon Network, okay, it's still kind of enjoyable because of some shows, but yeah, it still sucks. And then, I Didn't Do It? Like, really? What is this? Oh my gosh. Ugh.
It's another terrible show. Stop making new shows with the same actresses and actors.
Like, the girl from Kickin' It, yeah, she moved on to this. And some other actors and actresses. Like, one from YouTube and other unknown people. Like, I don't know. No comment on this show. It's just, it sucks. And then, Best Friends Whenever. Like, I think this is when Disney didn't give a shit about their shows anymore. They just put random shit. Like, oh my gosh. And those two girls, they look like the girls from Girl Meets World, which we'll get to soon. I don't know what this show is about, but it's just terrible. And then, since we were talking about family, yeah, there's a new show on Family called The Next Step. Or as I like to call it, The Next Shit. And it sucks. So bad. Like, oh my gosh.
Like, they're trying to make their acting look natural or sound natural, but you could tell, again, that they're reading off from a script and their acting is terrible.
Like, it's even worse than
Like,
What's Up Warhogs and Winging It.
Like, the whole interview thing, like, they're trying to make it look real. Like, it's not working. We know you're acting by the way you're acting. Because it's not natural at all. Probably, maybe, I'm just saying maybe, I'm not saying that this is true, but probably the actors in the old days will make this look natural.
Yeah. Like, freaking one time they came here to Canada, and I saw a billboard of it when I was in the mall.
Yeah, he told me about
and it said The Next Step, coming to Canada. I'm like, nah, I don't give a shit.
Who's gonna go and watch that? Probably little kids.
And dumbasses.
And no one older.
But,
and nowadays, little kids, they're not into the crowd participation thing. Like, if you ask them to join in whatever the Next Step wants you to do, or whatever the entertainers want you to do, they're not gonna do anything, they're just gonna watch.
You're like, huh?
Like, they're gonna be too shy. They're just gonna be on their phones or their tablets the whole time, just recording it.
Like, remember when kids had, like, cameras and, like, others? Oh my gosh. Now, the next show, which came out, I think 4 or 5 years ago, and it's called Dog with a Blog.
There was this thing I read one time. Who thought of making a show about a dog who blogs? Do you not have any more ideas, Disney? You want a dog to talk and write a blog? Are you serious? Oh, also, the actors in this are so annoying. Like the little kids. Especially that little girl from Sunny with a Chance.
And
her
also
acting
Good Luck
is really
Charlie.
Annoying. She can't act. I see why entertainers think they like her for her acting because she seems and sounds mature, like how they liked Madison Pettis. But her acting is just really annoying. I just see it as the new generation Disney Channel acting. I don't see it as professional acting for a little girl as we saw Madison Pettis. I just see it as a really annoying little girl.
Like, who in the right mind would make a show about a dog who writes a blog?
Like, seriously, Disney, do you not have any originality anymore? Like, what happened to all the good shows? You made so much good shows. What happened?
Like, is this a good show? No. Is it better than other old shows? No. Is it better than Cory in the House? No. Oh my gosh. Thank God this got cancelled and it ended just last year. Like, oh my gosh. And then the next show, which came out 2 years ago, I think it was Casey Undercover or some other new show, I don't care. And it was a sequel to Boy Meets World, and it was called Girl Meets World, which it was okay
At first.
The
only reason why this show is getting more
views
and better feedback than the other new Disney Channel shows is because of the original cast from Boy Meets World, and that's the only reason why people are watching this show and are interested in this show. Not because of the new actresses, because they're also really annoying, and it also has crappy jokes and unnecessary laugh track again.
Oh my gosh. Like, the main girl, like Cory and Topanga's daughter, she can't act. She can't act in Spy Kids 4, which that was the first time we've seen her.
And her lisp is really annoying. Like, you would think that a kid's lisp is cute, but not this one, no.
Nah.
This one is just really annoying. Just want to punch her in the face. Unlike Mara Wilson, you just want to pinch her cheeks every time you heard that lisp, but no, not this one. You just want to punch her in the face.
Yeah. And then, this came out, I don't know, like 2014. I lost track of these shows. But, there's a show that was kind of similar to Disney Channel games, but a shitty version. And it's called Win, Lose, or Draw.
Which, again, did not get any good feedback.
I mean, I would rather watch Friends for Change than this.
This show is not popular at all. This game show is not popular. I didn't even know it existed until one time Disney Channel showed one teaser. Just one teaser about it. And I'm just like, are you serious? Is this actually a new thing? Like, it sucks. That's how much it sucks. It's not popular. It's not fun to watch or entertaining to watch. It's ridiculous. It's like that new show with the Nickelodeon stars, which I think is a lot better than this.
Yeah, figured out. It was an old show back in the day, but yeah, it had some new Nickelodeon actors and actresses. But yeah, it was a lot better than this. Also, Disney Channel games and Friends for Change. While Friends for Change, it had some new Disney Channel stars, it still had the originals.
We still give it a 5 out of 10.
5 to 6 out of 10 for Friends for Change. But this, no.
This is -1.
Okay, so the new Mickey Mouse show that's going on, like the shorts, it's decent, but it's nowhere as good as House of Mouse. But it's way, way better than Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Not really. Well, to be honest, okay, I'm 19 years old and I still like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, but I don't watch it all the time. I only watch it sometimes, like rarely, if like nothing is on in the morning, so I watch that. But I don't like the new Mickey Mouse
shorts.
First of all, okay, they make Goofy an asshole. Like, apparently I guess, I never really watched the original Mickey cartoons. But apparently Goofy was an asshole before, but I don't know. I don't think so. Like, they made him so rude to Mickey. Like, they're supposed to be best friends.
Yeah.
I don't like the animation. It reminds me of a comic book. I don't know. It's just, I don't like it.
But I like how they're going back to, like, animation in some shows.
Yeah, at least that's the good thing about it, that at least it's still animation, not CGI and things like that.
That's why I like it than stupid Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, which, oh my goodness.
Why?
Like, I just don't like it, and it's not as good as House of Mouse. Because House of Mouse, like we said earlier, that it had all the Disney characters from the early days to, like, Mulan or something.
Yeah.
Now, since we talked about the crossovers for Disney Channel, we're gonna talk about the newer ones. Like, Good Luck Jessie. It's a crossover between Good Luck Charlie and Jessie. Like, why?
Like, no one wants to watch this. Who would get hyped up for this? No one. Like, this isn't all over the internet. Seriously, this isn't all over the media. this is ridiculous. It's trying to be like That's So Sweet Life
Of Hannah Montana.
Yeah, it's not working. It's not gonna be like that. Like, no one wants to watch this. And
I would rather watch Wizards on Deck with Hannah Montana, because that actually had old stars.
Yeah, some people, not all people, got hyped up for it because it still had
Dylan and Cole and Miley and the others.
Yeah, and then now this new one. Why is it all with Jesse? Austin and Allie and Jesse?
It was during their Christmas special. Like, oh my gosh.
Why is it all with Jesse?
Jesse's not a good show at all.
None.
Ugh.
The only okay show is Good Luck Charlie, but it's still not that good. It's not that great.
Oh my gosh.
But everyone else still prefers it over everything else.
Yeah. And then in 2013, Disney decided to make a crossover with Phineas and Ferb and Marvel. And it was called Phineas and Ferb Mission Marvel. Okay, it was okay at first, but whenever you watched it, it's not good.
When I first heard about it, I was like, are you serious? Marvel and Phineas and Ferb? Are you serious? That's literally all I could say. Like, a Marvel show with a Disney Channel show. Like, I know Disney owns Marvel now, which I don't understand why they included Marvel in Disney. Like, Marvel has nothing to do with Disney. I know Star Wars and Power Rangers were owned by Disney at some point, which I think is okay because we grew up with it, so it's okay. And I think it fits because Disney had a few good Power Ranger seasons,
like Wild Force all the way through Mystic Force. Overdrive sucked, but the 50th anniversary special, which was way better than the Legendary Battle. Like, Legendary Battle, it makes Once a Ranger look good.
True.
Like, oh my gosh. Like, I know some people didn't really like Once a Ranger, but it was way better than
Legendary Battle,
yeah,
which only lasted for 60 seconds.
Or 2 minutes. Like, you're only just showing Tommy. You're not even focusing on the other Rangers.
And they're not getting all of the original Rangers. Like, I know some couldn't make it, some refused.
And then RPM, okay, it was alright, but yeah, it's not as good as the other seasons. And Jungle Fury was good. Some people didn't like it, but it was really good.
But when Saban bought back Power Rangers,
and it was after Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2010.
Like the first Power Ranger after Saban bought it back season, Megaforce.
And
like,
Samurai. Samurai, it was okay, but yeah.
No. All the new ones are terrible. Megaforce,
Samurai,
they're all terrible.
With the exception of Dino Charge, which is still good.
I really hated the point where they said it's morphing time and they used the Mighty Morphin theme song. Like,
in Samurai Megaforce, like why?
Get your own original theme song. Stop using Mighty Morphin.
Like, I know they mentioned it in Zeo and Turbo, but that was okay because they still had their own lyrics and stuff. And they did it with Dino Charge, but it was different.
And they do that whole 80s sitcom intro thing where they say their names in the beginning.
But that was only in Samurai Megaforce. But thank God in really Dino Charge, they're not doing it again because people would get annoyed by it and like, ugh.
Dino Charge isn't that bad.
It's good. It's really like good.
It's not really good. Like,
I mean,
like
it's not
the
as
acting isn't that great.
Some of them,
but it's better than the new one.
Like
Megaforce. The other ones. But like the reason why I like it is because they follow the Japanese ranger thing. Unlike Megaforce, they were supposed to be pirates, but they didn't follow that for some reason.
Yeah, and the angel thing.
The reason why we like it, well, the reason why I like it is because they have their own theme song. Finally! After so many years.
Like, RPM was the last one to have its own theme song. And then Samurai, I like it because it had a rock version to it, but yeah, it got tired when Megaforce came. Back to Phineas and Ferb Mission Marvel. When I first saw this, the trailer, I was kind of excited for this. I don't know why, because I'm a fan of Marvel, but teaming up with Phineas and Ferb is terrible. That's like when Disney still owned Power Rangers back in the day. They would do a crossover with Phineas and Ferb, like with either Operation Overdrive or Jungle Fury or RPM. Yeah, that would... It's terrible. Like, no. And just, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, they made another one. And it's called Phineas and Ferb Star Wars. Yeah, they teamed up with Star Wars. Like, why? Oh my gosh.
Why would you team up a cartoon with Star Wars? And they made Star Wars a cartoon. I know they did, like, Lego and that.
Star Wars, The Clone Wars, and others.
You don't have to do a crossover.
Like, it's just basically episode 4, but they just added Phineas and Ferb. Alright, so that's it for the shows. So, the shows on Disney Channel and Family went from really good to okay to bad. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the movies. First, we're going to talk about the older ones, like from the 80s to the early 2000s, and some from the 2010s, because some 2010 movies were alright for Disney Channel.
But the way we're gonna list it right now is not gonna be in order. We're just gonna list all the old ones.
Like, it's not all of them, but it's just some of them. So, first up is the High School Musical movies, 1, 2, and 3. I know some people didn't really like HSM, the movies, but we think it was pretty good.
Yeah, even at the time when it came out, even our older cousins really liked the movies. Especially, like, the ones that were, like, 20-something at the time. The reason why they liked it was because of Vanessa Hudgens, because she's Filipino.
Yeah.
Now, our older cousins, not that you need to know, the reason why they liked her because she was Filipino, for that reason, is because they were born in the Philippines. So, if you're Filipino, then you know that those who are born in the Philippines get freaked out when they see another Filipino. Because they're like, oh, Filipino pride.
And after when the first movie came out, there was HSM like merchandise everywhere. Like wherever you go, you see HSM merchandise. Like you'll see bags, shirts, and other stuff. Even games.
That's another thing I want to mention, comparing the old and the new. For the old Disney Channel shows, everywhere you went, you saw merchandise. Everywhere you went of Hannah Montana, Jonas Brothers, High School Musical, Zack and Cody,
Cory in the House,
even Cory in the House. Like, you would see merchandise for all that. But now, for the new generation Disney, this is how you can tell that the new Disney Channel isn't that popular, because there is merchandise, don't get me wrong, but it's not
as popular
and overexposed everywhere. Like, anywhere you look, you don't see it. Like, only in some places. Like, I don't know if Journeys is a store in America as well. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's the only place where you could see it. And maybe even Target, but that's it.
Claire's and Ardene's, maybe.
That's about it. In other places, you won't be able to see those. Unlike before, you would see all the old shows everywhere. Like, everywhere you would look, it's there.
So the first movie was classic and was pretty good. Second one was even better because it was summer and I actually liked the songs than the first movie. And the third one, it was okay, but it was the only one that was released in theaters.
Well, it's a good reason to put it in theaters because it's the last one.
And it's the conclusion of the trilogy.
Yeah, and everyone wants to see that. But I did not like the third one because everything ended, and for personal reasons, it had too much bad memories. Like the songs, I'm not talking about like the story, I'm talking about the songs. Well, kind of the story, but yeah, that's a personal reason I'm not gonna mention. But like one of the main reasons is because everything is ending and the new characters. I know,
like Rocket Man.
I know.
And Sharpay's assistant.
We should give them a chance because, of course, there's gonna be new students like freshmen, but still, they were really annoying. They were not needed. We didn't want them there.
And there has been a rumor that they're going to do a fourth movie of HSM, but we don't know if it's true or not, if Disney is going to go through with that, but who knows. Now the love story or the chemistry, I guess, between Troy and Gabriella, it goes on and off. Like it's in every single movie.
Story.
Yeah,
like they fight and then they break up and then at the end
together.
they get back together.
Like in the first movie, Gabriella doesn't talk to Troy, and the second one she quits, and the third one she moves.
Yeah,
it's the same thing, but they're still good movies. It's a guilty pleasure. Then Camp Rock and Camp Rock 2. The first one, it was alright.
It wasn't bad.
The second one was kind of better.
The first one had a lot of cliches.
Like, why revealed?
I like the first one better than the second one. The second one was just annoying, especially with Demi. Like, she gets really annoying in it. But I like the songs better in Camp Rock 2 than in Camp Rock 1. But Camp Rock 2, I didn't like it at all.
It was alright, but...
before I did. I was excited when it first came out. But now, I don't like it. Sorry. I don't even like watching it every time it comes back on.
I mean, it's okay, but it's not really as good and exciting as the High School Musical movies. I mean, there were merchandise, don't get us wrong, but it's not really successful than High School Musical.
It showed that they were trying to be like High School Musical. Like, in the first one, there's a love interest and there's a lie revealed.
Which
but
I
like in the
fucking
first
hate.
one, and in the second one, they kiss.
Just like High School Musical 2.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But all in all, I still liked Camp Rock.
It was a good series. I wish they could have made a third one, but like we said,
because of Demi.
Yeah. Jump In, great movie. One of my favorite Disney Channel movies.
I think I'm not sure, but I think it's the first majority black
Stars.
for a Disney movie.
Yeah. It has,
I think. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put in the comments below if there is. Not a new one because I won't care about that.
yeah. Then Cheetah Girls 1, 2, and 3. First two are classic and they're great. Third one kind of sucks for me. Like, I don't know, because the third one, they removed Raven from the whole franchise, and this was the last one. Second, it's not really as good as the first two, and it's not good without Raven. That's just me.
I liked it. I found this one really nostalgic every time I watch it. But another thing about Cheetah Girls movies, just like High School Musical, it's the same story again. At first, they get this good gig, and then they break up in the middle, and then they get back together. It's always the same thing in every single Cheetah Girls
first
movie.
one,
But I still like it.
Yeah.
Cheetah Girls was really good. It's memorable, it's nostalgic. Even boys liked this movie.
Yeah. But yeah, the third one, it came out the same year as Camp Rock, High School Musical 3, and Minutemen. Yeah, speaking of Minutemen, yeah, it's another good movie. One of my favorites as well. Stars Jason Dolly, Chelsea Staub, Luke Benward, Nicholas Brown,
Etc.
yeah, Xenon, and then the sequel, I like the first one better. Phantom of the Megaplex, which was a Halloween movie. Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off had, of course, Orlando Brown, the actor who played Mr. Fulton in HSM 2, and it had Summer from Power Rangers RPM. And then Johnny Tsunami and Kapahala Back on Board. Honestly, I like Tsunami better than Kapahala. I mean, I like the second one, but I just prefer the first one better.
I liked that series because it's childhood, it's nostalgic.
And then Life is Rough, also one of my favorites because it stars Kyle Massey, Mitchell Musso, Kay Panabaker, etc. Also one of my favorites, Even Stevens movie. And then Lizzie McGuire, we didn't mention this earlier, but for final episodes, they would make it into a movie like Even Stevens, Lizzie McGuire, The Proud Family, and Lilo and Stitch. Because that was a thing back in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
I think, no, That's What Raven did have a movie, but it was just only Lizzie McGuire and Even Stevens and the others. And then The Ultimate Christmas Present, which, it wasn't that bad, but it was okay.
They made Santa look like an asshole. Well, Mrs. Claus, mostly.
And then Wendy Wu, which starred Brenda Song, and also had Power Ranger actresses like Tori and Lily. Yeah, and also
Shinko Yamada.
yeah, Get a Clue with Lindsay Lohan and Bug Hall and Brenda Song. If you guys don't know who Bug Hall is, he played Alfalfa in the Little Rascals movie. Not the new one, the shitty one, but the original. Like the movie, not those old serials and stuff. And then the Halloween Town movies, first two are great. Third one, it's alright, I guess. Fourth one sucks because Sarah Paxton had to ruin it. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I didn't like how they had to change the actress. Also, the newer ones, they're just about school. Seriously.
Like, after the second one, all of them went to school. I mean, like I said, the third one is okay, but I still prefer the first two movies.
Yeah, mostly, well, yeah, first two movies were good.
Yeah.
But that's just about it. I don't like the third one that much. I don't like the fourth one at all.
I mean, okay, Lucas Grabeel is in there, but that's
and
it.
also Kelsey. I don't like how they were in it. I don't know. I just like unknown Disney Channel characters. That's what I liked about the Disney Channel movies.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't people from shows or movies that you already knew.
And then Twitches 1 and 2, Cadet Kelly, The 13th Year, Wish Upon a Star, Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire, Princess Protection Program, which it was okay, but it's not really good when we rewatched it.
Yeah, I liked it at first, but as I kept watching this movie, like each time it would show on TV and I would watch it, it started to get really annoying and
boring. Well, not really boring,
kinda
but
boring, but I don't know. The movie became worn out.
I mean, it has Zeke from Minutemen and Demi and Selena, but yeah, it's not really good. Speaking of Selena, yeah, the Wizards movie, it was okay, but it's not as good as the other movies. And, well, it's too dramatic.
Yeah, it's like a Filipino drama. Like, if you're Filipino, you know how in Filipino dramas they're always crying and yelling? Yeah, that's basically how the Wizards movie was like. Like, almost every scene there's drama, like yelling and mostly crying from Selena. It got really annoying.
Yeah. And the whole, like, cliche thing about, oh, I wish you and Dad never met. Like, come on.
It's not really cliche, but, like, what did that have to do with anything. Like, they were fighting about stuff that just came out of nowhere. Like, where did that come from? Why do you have to say that? That had nothing to do with anything you were arguing about.
Exactly. She just said, "Oh, you're grounded." Like, really? Just because she liked this boy.
Just because she wanted to go out with this boy.
I mean, there's still some funny moments in the movie, but after rewatching it a couple of times, it's not as good as we remember it. And then Pixel Perfect, Suzy Q, 'Twas the Night, Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension movie. It was alright. Stuck in the Suburbs, Hatching Pete, and Dadnapped. Honestly, I like Hatching Pete than Dadnapped. I mean, Dadnapped, it was good, but
it got really boring, and it had too many Disney stars in that one movie. Like, it had Moises, Jason Earl,
Emily Osment, David Henry, Phil Lewis, and others. While Hatching Pete, it only had Mitchell Musso and Jason Dolly. That's why I prefer that one than Dadnapped.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a while, but I remember that it was not really funny, but it made me laugh a lot, that movie. It was more interesting than Dadnapped. Dadnapped was just, I don't know. There's too many Disney stars, I guess.
But it's so good. Don't get us wrong. We still like the movie. And then the Sweet Life movie was also good. And apparently this was based on one of their books for this movie.
Yeah. If you read any of the Sprouse Brothers books, you could tell that this was based on one of the stories in their books. Like, Dylan and Cole made their books more action-like than like how The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody is played out.
And Sweet Life on Deck. But yeah, the books were good, but some of them were kind of boring. And then Read It and Weep, Cowbells, Stitch the movie, and Leroy and Stitch. And then, like I said, the Proud Family movie was also the finale of the series, which was good. And then Now You See It, and the Kim Possible movies. Which I only know one of them because, well, we didn't even watch these movies. And they were barely shown on Disney Channel or Family. So, the old Disney Channel movies were good. They were great, entertaining to watch, and they were enjoyable.
They had good plots.
Good songs.
Good morals. It's what not just kids would want to watch, but even the whole family would want to watch.
Yeah, like for High School Musical, Camp Rock, even Cheetah Girls, and even Stevens.
A lot of the old movies were really good. Unlike now,
with the new generation ones, their wannabe versions of the originals, like the shows, try to be funny. Like, oh my goodness.
And the acting is just really, really, really bad.
Like we said about the shows.
Terrible.
Oh my goodness. So first up on our list is Zapped. I think this came out in 2014 or last year. I don't really know and care, but yeah, it stars Zendaya or Zendaya, whatever, how you want to pronounce it.
We don't care.
Yeah. We never even watched this
Movie.
but we know it sucks.
Let's just say that we don't watch any of the new movies because we know right away that it's gonna be terrible. And if we watch it, we know that in almost every scene we're gonna be like, what? What? In everything they say, because we know that the dialogue will be cheesy and it won't make sense. And they're trying to be funny.
Like, not saying that the old Disney Channel movies weren't cheesy. Like, okay, HSM movies were cheesy and Camp Rock.
Wish Upon a Star.
Yeah, and
Wish Upon a Star was funny.
yeah, and those movies actually made sense. But this and the newer ones, no.
Like now, even the movies are showing kids how to be just an annoying teenager or kid, whatever. Like everything is just showing how to always be on your phone and think about guys. Even at a young age, you're showing this. Like,
oh my gosh.
where are all the morals? I don't see it. I guess maybe, just maybe in frenemies, they're like, oh, you shouldn't let stuff get in the way of friendship. That's been shown a lot of times.
Yeah.
And
Like-
Xenon.
And other movies. Yeah, speaking of frenemies, yeah, that's another movie that sucks ass. Like, it's 3 movies into one. Like,
it's-
oh my goodness.
Like, not that there's anything wrong with that, but they're trying to put something new into Disney, like for their movies, to put 3 stories in one.
Oh my goodness. goodness.
Like, that's been done in Hollywood films such as Love Actually, New Year's Eve, but in a Disney film,
It's
with,
terrible.
like, stories that are really, really, I don't know.
Like, we never watched this movie, but we know
And
from the
part-
looks of it.
And the partnership already. These two have already been partnered up in a movie. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but like we've seen them together already. Like we know they have good chemistry, I guess. But you don't have to put them in a movie together. Maybe they are best friends in real life, but
Who knows?
this has already been done with Princess Protection Program, and nobody really likes their chemistry. Even if they do have chemistry, it's just not as interesting as the old Disney Channel stars were.
Yeah, like
Selena and Demi.
and Vanessa and Ashley Tisdale and others. Like, there's like 3 stories, like we said: Geek versus Chick, Beauty versus Beast, and Downtown versus Uptown. Like, what? Oh my goodness. And then Geek Charming. Oh my goodness. Disney has no more good ideas.
To show on TV.
Yeah. Like, oh my goodness.
It's just ridiculous.
Now the next one, this came out, I think it was 2014 or 2013, but they made a ripoff or a wannabe version of High School Musical mixed with Camp Rock, and that movie is called Teen Beach Movie.
Like, they're trying to be...
Why?
I guess the director or producer, whoever made this, thought that this would be as big as High School Musical, but it's not.
Like,
It's just a
no.
wannabe version.
Like, I would rather watch Camp Rock 2 than this.
Another reason why I don't like this movie is because of Ross Lynch. Just looking at his face looks annoying.
And they made a sequel just last year.
And I don't know why.
Like, I don't know if this was successful or not, but it
probably
stinks.
Probably wasn't.
Oh my gosh. The only people who watches this garbage are freaking kids and dumb teens. Oh my goodness.
I don't know what teen watches this. Well, our 2 cousins do, which
Yeah.
I don't know why they like this.
Like, what's good about this movie? Nothing.
I don't see anything good about this movie. Everything is just annoying.
Like, do you see any merchandise anywhere? No.
Well, maybe there is, but not as much as High School Musical was.
Or
like,
Camp
this
Rock.
This movie is not going viral as Camp Rock and High School Musical did. This movie is just a wannabe version.
And apparently, it's a movie within a movie. Like, they go back in time. It's like Grease or something like that. Like, these characters, Ross Lynch's character and the other girl, they, like, be friends with people who are, like, in the 50s or 60s.
Which is weird.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh.
I guess they're trying to be original, but
It
I
doesn't
don't
work.
know. It's not a good idea. Maybe if it was from old Disney Channel stars, maybe I would like it. But with this,
No. And
not
then,
at all.
make it your mark. Okay, it has Bridget Mendler and Luke Benner, but that's it. The rest sucks.
I didn't even know they made this. Like,
Same here.
what is this about now?
Oh my goodness.
They're literally running out of ideas.
And they can't get any more actors other than these people. Like, seriously? It's the same actors all over again. Debbie Ryan and Bella Thorne and that Zendaya, they're in every single Disney movie now. Like, Disney has no more actors because, like, they're reusing the same actors because no one else wants to join Disney anymore because they want to avoid the humiliation of being made fun of for the rest of their life because of how bad of a company Disney is now. Like, not bad, but, like, it's just not as good as it was before. And before, with the old stars, almost every kid wanted to be a Disney star because of them. But now,
Not anymore.
not really.
Oh my gosh. And then this came out last year during Halloween, and it's called Invisible Sister.
I think that this is a ripoff of When You Wish Upon a Star because it's basically the same thing. They fight in the beginning, they don't get along in the beginning because they're so different, but then something weird happens in between, and then the little sister has to pretend to be the big sister, and then while things happen, they realize that they can't be without each other or something. That's been done already in When You Wish Upon a Star. All of this, like all of these old Disney movies have been made.
Like,
You don't need
oh my
to make
goodness.
like rip-off versions of this.
Also, the sister, like on the title, one of the sisters turns invisible, and if she doesn't, like, return to herself, she's gonna disappear, or some shit like that. Like, Oh my goodness. And then Lemonade Mouth, okay.
It's not that bad.
Yeah,
but it's just.
It's one of the start to the new Disney Channel movies.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. It has Bridget Miller, Adam Hicks for some stupid reason, and that guy from Dog with a Blog. I don't care.
We don't know his name.
And the Asian girl from Wizards, and Naomi Scott, which she's gonna be the new Pink Ranger in the new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie reboot, if you guys don't know. Yeah, but Lemonade Mouth, it has some good songs, I guess. But yeah, it still sucks.
Yeah, the acting is terrible, especially by Adam Hicks's performance.
Why?
I like when you smile.
Like, put some emotion into it. Like, really? You like when she smiles, or are you just saying that sarcastically? Because no one really knows what you're trying to say. Like,
oh my goodness. And then they made a shitty live-action version of Pinocchio called How to Build a Better Boy. Like, oh my goodness. These two teens, they make a person. Instead of like a wooden puppet, it's a robot. And like, he wants to be a real boy or something like that. I don't know. We never watched this movie, but from the looks of it,
teasers.
yeah. And from the looks of it, it's exactly like Pinocchio. I don't know. And then 16 Wishes. It's alright, I guess.
this movie is, like, it's not really Disney, I guess, but Disney showed it on their channel, so everyone
Yeah,
thought
also-
it was Disney. But this movie isn't that bad. It's entertaining. It can be funny. It's not that bad. Let's just say it's not that bad.
It's not the
bad.
worst, it's just not bad. And then Let It Shine. It's okay, I guess, as well, but
Yeah. The acting is also bad. I don't really like it.
I mean, Tyler Williams, the guy who played Chris on Everybody Hates Chris.
He's in this.
Also, Brandon Michael Smith.
Well, this
Yeah.
movie isn't that bad. I only watched half of it, so I don't really have much to say about it.
And then Starstruck. This was also one of the beginning of the new Disney Channel movies. And it was not good. Sure, it has Sterling Knight, Brandon Michael Smith, and Chelsea Staub, but that's it. It still sucks.
Yeah, the acting is terrible, and it's over the top.
Like that scene where she pukes on his shoes.
I'm Brandon Michael Smith.
Like, he overreacts too much. Yeah, I would freak out if someone threw up on my shoes, but not like that.
And then 3 years or 4 years later, after High School Musical 3, Disney decided to make a spin-off based on the HSM movie series. And it's called Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure. It's alright, I guess.
I didn't like it. I
Yeah.
don't know. You wouldn't really think that it's Sharpay. Even though it is Ashley Tisdale who's acting, her acting is fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
She was fine in
my
the
opinion.
movies.
Yeah, in my opinion. This movie, you just don't see her as Sharpay in this movie. Just some girl acting like, I don't know.
I mean, sure, it does have some characters that were from HSM, like Lucas Grabeel, but that was
And
only
the
at
mom
the
and
end.
dad.
Yeah, and there was a rumor on this that Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron were supposed to make a cameo in this as well, but in the same year, well, a year after this, I guess, or before this, Zac and Vanessa broke up. Yeah,
And apparently this is how Vanessa met Austin Butler.
because of this movie. Gosh.
Even Ashley Tisdale doesn't like him. Sorry, I don't like Austin for Vanessa. Austin's cute, don't get me wrong, but just don't really want him for Vanessa. We want Zanessa back,
Yeah.
please. That would be great.
Like, this movie, it's better than the newer ones, but it still sucks. It's not as good as the High School Musical movies. And I would rather watch High School Musical 3. And then, Cloud 9. What can I say? It sucks! Okay, it has Luke Benward in it, but it sucks.
But seriously, they're using the same actors all the time. It's always Luke Benward, Debbie Ryan, and those other new generation Disney Channel stars. Also with Bridget Mendler.
Like, oh my goodness. Like, from what I saw in, like, teasers and stuff, it's a snowboarding movie. Like,
Does this sound familiar to you? Johnny Capahala?
yeah, like, I only know a little bit of it because of the promo that Luke Benward's character gets hurt during his snowboarding incident. So then this girl from Liv and Maddie, like, helps him again, I guess. I don't know. Like,
I don't know her
we
name,
already seen this.
but her face looks like she got a billion Botoxes all over her face.
Yeah.
No offense. Just saying.
And then, oh my gosh, Girl vs. Monster, another Halloween movie. Yeah, it sucks. It tries to be like freaking Halloween Town a little bit and the other Disney Halloween movies. Not much to say about this, but it just sucks. And then, this just came out last year, and it's called Bad Hair Day.
Like, really? Do you not have any other ideas on what to show on TV anymore, Disney? Like, really? A bad hair day? Who cares if some two girls have a bad hair day? I think I've seen this shtick before. I don't know. It's just...
Like, who makes a movie about someone's hair? Come on!
like, nobody cares.
Like, nobody wants to watch that. Well, maybe kids, but you get what I'm saying. It sucks! Now... the next movie, it came out the same year as Bad Hair Day. It was based on the Disney villains, and it's called Descendants. Like, oh my gosh.
I don't know what to say about it.
Like, I'm pretty sure these guys died in the Disney movies. Like, the evil queen, Jafar, and Maleficent. Because Cruella de Vil, well, she didn't die exactly. You know.
But I'm pretty sure that she did not get married. Or
None of
have a
them.
kid.
Like, why was this even made? Like, oh my goodness. I don't know if it's a movie or a show. We don't know, but I think it's a movie because it's mostly an hour long. So, it has Jafar's son, which I'm pretty sure he didn't have a son, like we said, and Cruella de Vil's son, Maleficent's daughter, and Evil Queen's daughter. Like, my goodness. And then Good Luck Charlie Christmas. It was decent, but yeah, it's not really good. I would rather watch the show than this. And then Avalon High, which I never heard of until years later, but it's with the werewolf guy from Wizards, Alex's boyfriend.
The Australian or British guy.
Yeah. And other unknown actors and actresses. So, speaking of Wizards again, years after Wizards ended on Disney Channel, they made an hour special or a second movie, and it's called The Wizards Return, Alex vs. Alex. And was it better than the first movie? No.
Why do they keep making these versus stuff? I guess they don't have any more ideas for Wizards. They're probably like, oh, we didn't make up an ending episode, so I guess we have to keep making more episodes.
Yeah, and it's just basically Alex is battling her evil self or something like that. Like,
as
what?
if she's not evil already.
Like, oh my goodness. And then two more, Radio Rebel, which it's basically like 16 Wishes, but again, it's with Debbie Ryan.
Again with the same characters. Like, seriously, please get new
Actors and actresses.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're using the same people. We're getting sick and tired of seeing the same faces over and over again.
Like, stop it. It sucks. And then the final one on our list is Den Brother. And this one stars Zeke from Zeke and Luther. And yeah, I watched it a little bit, and like the others, it's not good. And the girl from Good Luck Charlie and Dog with a Blog is in this. Oh my goodness.
The annoying actress. She's actually really annoying the way she acts. She's like a 50-year-old or even 60-year-old woman trapped inside a little girl's body.
Yeah. And, oh yeah, Kelsey Chow from Pair of Kings, she was Michaela. Yeah, she's also in this movie as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And, yeah, other Disney Channel movies that we don't care about. Okay, so that's it for the Disney movies. So, like the shows, it went from good to bad. Yeah, people said that the movies from the early 2000s, the Disney Channel movies, weren't good. And people said that the 90s and 80s Disney Channel movies were better. I had to disagree. All of them are good except for the new ones, when 2010 came. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how Disney Channel has evolved over the years. So, we already discussed how the new Disney Channel actors and actresses can't act, they're so over the top, and the shows nowadays, it shows you how to be an annoying, stuck-up teen.
You just ruined the word swag forever.
Or will this be the end of his career?
When you had stage fright, how'd you calm yourself down?
I chewed my hair. Don't even think about it.
Let me handle this. Get ready to laugh, people. Roll it, boys. Whoa! Oh! Shake It Up is not just about dancing, it's got a lot of physical comedy.
This show is so much about comedy that the comedy never stops.
Mostly Cece falling on her face. Yep. We get into a lot of sticky situations that involve a lot of physical comedy.
And then this is where you go into the montage.
Can't have a better time than on the set of Shake It Up.
Things happening on set and off set. We just have a lot of energy and we love to play.
Tushy.
It's touche.
No, I think it's Tushy.
I'm Charlie. Charlie Brown.
That's an unusual name.
Look who's talking, Fletcher.
Good thing he doesn't know your middle name. It's Pumpernickel.
Okay, this next part is a little tricky, so watch carefully. I'm gonna break it down. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Touch, step, pas de bourrée, kick, step together, front and passe. Cross, turn. Ba-bam! Now we're gonna sass it up a bit. A shoulder, shoulder, tap, tap, turn around and and whammy, and whammy, and whammy. Okay, now I want you to do exactly what I just did. And a 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. What are you waiting for?
10 years of dance lessons. I am having so much fun up in this piece!
Oh, not as much fun as I'm having up in this piece!
Is that a challenge?
Oh, what? You want to dance, Rooney?
Yeah.
Okay, let's dance.
Let me see you wiggle, get low. Get low. Get low. Move to the side. Let me see you wiggle, get low. Now let me see you drop.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hey, funny guy! I got a joke for you! What smells rotten and puts people to sleep?
Swag Master Riley's taking you to Swag Town Interstation Swaggin'.
No! Your act!
Oh my gosh. And they're not as good as the old shows.
Exactly.
Now, are you familiar with the gear shift?
You mean the Prindle?
The what?
The Prindle.
Are you referring to the shift lever that says P-R-N-D-L?
That's a child's Mosby. I know how to spell Prindle.
It is not something you spell. It is a gear shift. The letters stand for park, reverse, neutral, drive, and low.
You're making me nervous with all this technical talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't we just relax? We'll turn on the radio. Would you like am or film?
Why? Maybe they thought it was a crab cake. You get it? Crab cake.
Oh, go home.
Okay, where's the rest of them?
This is it.
What you mean, is it? It took you an hour to make one stinking nakishka?
One perfect nakishka. You see, each one requires love and care.
We don't have time for love and care, okay? We have to make another 35 right now.
You promised we'd make 36 nakishkas in one day?
Actually, we have 1 hour.
That's impossible.
It cannot be impossible, okay? Because if I let my dad down, he's going to let Samantha down. And if he lets Samantha down, she's going to let the president down. And if she lets the president down, we all going down.
What was that terrible noise?
I was singing.
Not that noise. No, the other noise that someone else was making that drowned out your wonderful singing.
Nice save.
London, shall we get this dance lesson started? I want you to get your money's worth.
How much is she paying you?
3 diamonds an hour.
I'm only getting 2. I got robbed. Hey, are we gonna dance or what?
Yes, yes. Now, London, a good dancer dances from his soul. Like this. Step, step, kick, and shimmy, 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 shimmy. 1, 2, boogie, and Shorty George. Shorty George. Fishtail, fishtail, and crazy legs. Crazy legs. Just square, and big finish.
I can do that. Shimmy, shimmy, kick, kick, crazy.
You're a natural.
Your dancing shoe?
Sweet niblets! This is worse than the barking dog!
Why don't you pay for it, huh? That's a bummer, man.
Dude, someone's been watching us.
Where?
No, listen, stop looking. It's over there. On count of 3. 1, 2. There he is!
And right after dinner, you have to take a shower and then get in your pajamas.
Can I take a shower in my pajamas?
Then you would be wet, your pajamas would be wet, and your entire bed would be wet.
But if everything's wet, is anything really wet? Like when you're totally underwater. You're not really wet.
Yes, you are.
Really? Seriously? Sergey is in love with Barbara and they're gonna move back to Russia and raise llamas. What? I know, llama seems weird. There's more money in alpacas. I can't believe it. No, it's true. Alpaca wool is valued for its versatility. I mean, it's used in blankets, sweaters, mittens.
Put a sock in it.
I knew there was something going on between those two.
Okay, class, and
Barbara Simca Brownstein, you have betrayed me and the love that we shared. I was learning Yiddish for you, and all I get in return is service. We're through. You got me playing the triangle.
Eddie, what do I do?
Look, Ray, there's one other thing you can do.
Wait, hold on. Do you carry a lunchbox? You get right, okay. No, mouthwash. You should keep that. He went in my shirt all night. Eddie, what do I do?
I'm sorry.
He's in my shirt! Eddie, what do I do?
There's one other thing you can do, Ray.
Stop smiling! You were about to make me smile!
Okay.
Do you carry a lunchbox? I can't do it. Eddie, what do I do?
Look, Ray, there's one other thing you can do. Real little.
Whatever you say, whatever you say.
Dad, you look a little down.
Good job, son. Now, let me give you a little hug, okay?
Oh, no, you stay away from me, sticky man.
Oh, no, let me give you a little low-fat raspberry love.
Bye-bye.
Ah! Before digital photography, that would have taken me a week to paint. Gotta love the progress.
That was a good one, Dad. That was a good one. I'll give you a hug.
Oh, no. Get away from me, pudding boy. Get away from me.
Give me
You got a lady body. Man, just help me up.
Yeah, hold the lady
Oh dear, that is your angry bell face. Do you want me to yell at another staff member? Who is it? I shall be ruthless. You were late again. Esteban. I am so sorry, Mr. Mosby, but you're right. Oh, no excuses, Esteban. This has happened too many times. I'm afraid I have no choice but to fire you. Oh, please, Mr. Mosby, don't fire me. I need this job. Oh, very well. You can have your job back. Maybe I don't want it back. Maybe I want to go somewhere else with a little more job security. Oh, Esteban, don't leave. I need you. Oh, all right, you can have a raise. I accept. You're a great man. Oh, pish posh. You really want to yell at me right now, don't you? Oh, here. Hit me once for yes, twice for no.
Excuse me.
You again. I thought it was a footrest. I didn't know it was a house till after.
All you have to do is hit Jiki Beak. Okay, all you have to do is hit Jiki Beaky with this gourd to ensure another year of 80-degree weather.
Oops, almost forgot. You also have to wear this ceremonial headdress. Showtime!
Yeah, but I can't.
Hey, stop laughing. That wasn't funny. Even Mason laughing. He's the one who made me wear this stupid hat. Get over! That was a life-threatening emergency?
Rise and shine, my kings. It's Jiggy.
Yeah, big bully out.
In time, buddy. In time. Twitty.
Yeah.
You know that kid? He's in our window. Don't look. Don't look. Count to 3, all right? Be gone. 1.
Come on, he's trying to bite my forehead! Oh, jeez!
Are you guys okay? Yeah, we're fine.
Hey! Pardon the door.
Mosby, breathe.
Oh.
Breathe.
Well, welcome to America. This is Prime Minister Takazuma of Japan. And I'm President Martinez. It is a pleasure.
Oh, sir, it is very impolite to have a physical contact with the Bahavian elder.
Right. Sorry, Schlappy. Just a moment, Mr. Prime Minister. Excuse me.
Hold on, Schlappy. See, that's just her way of saying thank you for your hospitality, and we must be going now.
Yes. So, if you and the Prime Minister would please avert your eyes.
Yes, it is also impolite to watch a Bahavian elder leave a room.
Yes. Yes. I heard that once.
Are you planning some kind of diabolical revenge plot against me?
Yes, I am, Gorilla Head.
Hey, what's up? I was just wondering if Lewis was home? No, he's over Twitty's. Oh, well, I was just over there and nobody's home. That's highly suspicious. You know, they probably went out for pizza or something. Yeah, let's hope so. Come here.
Dude, that was close, man.
I'm eating chocolate like there's no tomorrow, and there may not be. And you can't have any, you can't have any.
I don't want any of your chocolate.
Oh, you will, baby. You're gonna love it.
You didn't go crazy, you just bit her.
Oh, that's bunk. I want to get my ride in midnight blue.
Oh, yeah, that would look great with my eyes. Can I have a bite of that?
Sure.
What color interior?
I'm thinking tan leather.
I'm more of a dark leather person. Can I have that?
Okay, sure.
Oh, you know what's not a good color combo? Our school color. Blue and gold. Ugh. It's why I'm not a cheerleader. Besides, I'm not self-centered. I should start a school petition to change our colors to midnight blue and chocolate. Oh, wait, that's not a straw.
That's an interesting story.
Hold that thought. You were saying?
I want to get the tires for my ride. Bigger in the back and smaller in the front.
called chopper style.
Oh, I hope it doesn't run on chocolate. That would be a waste of chocolate. Oh. Happy anniversary, you guys. I knew you two would work out. I love you guys. Can I have some? Oh, wait, I want that.
Is she okay?
You know us girls. Gotta have our chocolate.
Now we're talking. Chocolate slide. Revenge is sweet
and sticky.
That was fun. What a nice break from chocolate. Ooh, chocolate sounds good right now.
Yo, I guess you outsmarted me, man. I guess I gotta hand it to you.
Stanley, what's wrong?
Corey got a bone hand.
Why, young Stanley, that's ridiculous.
Stanley, calm down.
You calm down, sucker.
Did he just call me sucker?
No, he sure did. Yo, Stanley, I wouldn't go that way if I was you.
Oh, yeah? And why not?
Corey, what is going on?
I'm just trying to prove a point. Well, it better be a good one. Come on, baby.
Mason, if you have the time, I'd love to throw the gourd around with you before the ceremony.
I'd be honored, my king.
Just call me son.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, and Michaela, after the ceremony, maybe we could go on that date that you promised me?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What? But you said, and with the tarantula people, and we were tied.
It's okay, bro. Hey, at least she doesn't know you read her diary.
You what?
Do over!
Here we are. Okay, easy. Hey, right on time. Oh. It's yours.
Where did the girls go? Do it! Just do it!
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Nothing is impossible! You're not gonna stop there! No, wait! Let me out! Do it!
No, you don't!
Do
No,
it!
you don't!
Yes, you can! Just do it!
Come back here. Sit down. Sit down. Sit.
All right.
Sit.
All right.
Sit.
No,
No, sit.
okay, I'm done.
Disney Channel, like how Disney Channel evolved, like it went from really, really good, even from like the early 2000s, to really bad.
Yeah.
There's no other word to describe it. It's terrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, Disney Channel, like I said, it's as bad as YTV. Okay, YTV is really bad, but Disney Channel is even worse.
Seriously.
Like, there's nothing good anymore. Well, okay, in America they show the old shows, but that's it. Oh my
I
goodness.
have a question. Why don't you guys share with us? Like, we're basically your siblings. Why don't
Exactly.
you share the old Disney Channel shows and movies constantly showing on Disney Channel with us? We got this crappy stuff.
Oh my goodness.
We don't want to watch this. It's terrible.
Like, please, America, can you please share with us? And I'm still waiting for Toonami to air in Canada, because we don't have Bionics anymore, which pisses me off. And the only anime shows that they show are just Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, and Yokai Watch. Now to our rating. Our rating for Disney and Family Channel now is a 0 out of 10. Okay?
Negative 0 out of 10, actually. It's really bad.
It sucks so bad and it's terrible. Like with YTV, back then we really loved Disney and Family. But now they just fricked it up. There's like nothing that's good on these channels now. And there's nothing to watch. Well, except for Good Luck Charlie, maybe Girl Meets World,
No.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Malcolm in the Middle, Just for Laughs, Splat-A-Lot, and some old movies. And like we said, they show the old shows in America. But that's it! There's like nothing else on Disney or Family Channel to watch anymore. Like before.
Yeah, like before, every time we would turn on the TV and we would press the guide channel and we would see what was on. Sometimes like in every, not just on Family or Disney Channel, like back then we would choose between YTV, Disney, and Teletoon, which is Cartoon Network for us here.
Yeah.
We'd be like, oh, what should we watch? Which one? Which channel should we watch? There's so much good stuff on.
Yeah.
Now we're just like, oh, there's nothing on anymore.
So it's either we just watch some new shows that are good on Cartoon Network or Teletoon, because Teletoon is not as worse as YTV. Or we just search up old shows on YouTube.
Literally, there's nothing good on TV anymore, unless there's like movies or you go on the movie channel. That's why most people go on Netflix now, because there's nothing else to watch on TV.
Exactly.
Because like on Netflix you can go watch your old shows anytime, like even on a marathon on your own, and anything else. Like no one wants to watch these
Garbage
boring
shows.
These bland acting,
Over the topness, like oh my goodness.
like unfunny. Seriously, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. But with the old Disney and Family, we give it a 10 out of 10. The original Disney from 1990 all the way to 2009, just like YTV. So yeah, that's it for this rant. That's been on a hiatus for a very long time. And we hope you enjoyed watching us rant again. And make sure to watch our previous rant that we did on YTV 3 years ago. And sorry it took us so long to get around it. But yeah, so we don't know what rant we're going to talk about next, but I'll let you guys know.
Maybe Cartoon Network,
but
maybe something else, or maybe just random stuff about new generations or just things
Like-
that piss us off. But yeah.
Yeah, so make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Link will be in the description below.
Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Tumblr. I post a lot on Tumblr and Instagram. I just post whatever. So, yeah.
And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and like always, I'm out. Peace.